Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the HatchXR's teacher dashboard. So first of all, to access the teacher dashboard, all you have to do is go to teachers.hatchxr.com, and once you open up the website, it will first of all ask you to log in to your teacher account, or if you're signing up for the very first time, then you can click on this create an account button here and fill up the form and create your own teacher account on the HatchXR dashboard. So I'm just going to fill up some dummy information for now. Teacher, test teacher 047. I'm just using some dummy information right now. Okay. So test dot teacher dot 049. So the first field here was a teacher name. The second field is the teacher's username. Then the third field is the teacher's email address. @HatchXR.com. You can fill in your email address if you want. You can fill in, if you're creating an account for someone else, you can fill in their email address as well. And then a password for your account. So now once you have filled in all the information, you can click on create an account and it will sign up. So you can see your account has been created. Now, since I'm joining for the very first time, I'm opening the dashboard for the very first time using this account. It's going to ask me to enter my school name. Now I can type in my school name, and as I type my school name, if my school name already exists, so if there are already teachers who are part of the teacher dashboard with a specific school name, then that school name will pop up in this suggestion list. If your school name does not exist in this list, for example, I'm just going to type in test HatchXR school 1. So this school name doesn't exist in the dashboard. So I am basically the first teacher who is signing up on the teacher dashboard using the school name. So now when I click on update, you can see a new school name has been created and I am the admin of the school. So since it's I'm the very first teacher who joined using the school, so I am by default the admin. Now I can also add more teachers to the school and create accounts for them. I will show you how to do all of that exactly. And we can transfer the roles of admin to the proper accounts if needed. All right. So let me just walk you through how the dashboard is used. Now by default, as you can see, I'm not a part of any classroom. And on the left side, you can see this is the home page and there is this My Schools page. If you click on My Schools page, you can see the school name is Test HatchXR School 1 and I am the only person who is in this school right now. So, and since I'm the only person, I'm the admin by default. So first of all, what we can do is, and what an admin can do is, they can upload CSV to create more teacher accounts in bulk. So let's say you want to add some 30 teachers to your school. So you can click on this upload CSV button and upload a file of the details of those teacher accounts and create those 30 teacher accounts immediately in one click. So if you need to know the format of the CSV file that you want to download, you can click on this download sample CSV here. Let me just exit out of the full screen mode. So yeah, you can see a sample CSV file is downloaded, and when I click on this, it gives you the format of the CSV file that you need to upload. So you need to upload these 4 fields: name, username, email, and password for all the teachers for whom you want to create the teacher accounts. So I already have a sample teacher list CSV file here. So I'm just going to upload this CSV file. So what I can do is I can click on upload a file here, and I know that this is my CSV file. When I click on this, click on open. So you can see that the moment I uploaded the CSV file, it is giving me a preview of the teacher list that I'm creating right now, of all the teacher accounts that I'm creating right now. So the name of the teacher, the username of the teacher, the email address of the teacher, and their passwords. So you can verify the information here, and if you're not happy with the information, you can change the information and re-upload the file, and the changes can be visible here. All right. So once you have verified that the information is correct, click on invite. And the moment you click on invite, it will start to create all those new teacher accounts. So now you will see that in my school, I just added 2 new teacher accounts. with the username test.teacher.050 and test.teacher.051. And you can see that these two teachers now have the role of teachers. So an admin can also assign another admin to the school. So you can change the role of a teacher, role of any account that is present in the school, from a teacher to an admin, or from an admin to a teacher if required. All right. Now I have just added 2 teachers right now. You can add as many teachers as you want in the school. Okay. So once you have created your teacher list and created these teacher accounts, then you can mail these teachers that these are their email addresses and their passwords for them to use the HatchXR teacher dashboard. Now, once the teacher list is done, let's go back to the all classroom section. Now you can see here, I'm still not a part of any classroom. So now every teacher and all of the admins, or everyone who is a part of this school here, all of them can create classrooms for the school. So when I click on this create new classroom or new classroom button, or here also create new classroom button, when you click on any of these buttons, it will first of all ask you to enter a class name. Now I can create a class by just giving a class name. So I'm going to give it a name, test class 01, and click on create here. Now you can see that by default a new classroom was created and it has 0 students right now. And the moment you create a classroom, it takes you inside the classroom. Now inside the classroom you can see that there are no teachers. The classroom is empty. There are no students. There are no students present in the classroom. Okay. And there are few tabs here. So I'm going to walk you through all of these tabs. First of all, how can we add students to a classroom? There are 3 ways you can add students to a classroom. One is by providing a classroom code. So every classroom that is generated has a unique class code that you can see here, a 6-digit classroom code. Now, this classroom code is used to add students who already are using HatchXR, who already have their own Hatch accounts. Those students, they can use this classroom code to join this classroom. I will show you in a second how they can do that. Otherwise, there are 2 other ways to add students to a classroom. In case your students have never used HatchXR before and do not have a Hatch account, then what you can do is a teacher or an admin can easily create accounts for all those students. So again, there are 2 ways to create accounts. One is using upload CSV feature. So when I click on upload CSV here, you will see what happens. When you click on upload CSV, it gives you the option to upload a CSV file with your student details. You can add your student's name, username, password, and email, and create multiple student accounts with 1 click. So let's say you want to add 30 students into this class and none of those students have any Hatch account of their own, then you can just download the sample CSV from here first of all to see the structure of the CSV file that you need. Now here is the sample CSV that's downloaded. If I open this up, you can see it says name, username, email, and password. So here you can give in your student names, then give them a username, student.name.01, whatever you want. Then the email parameter here is optional for students. Students might not always have email addresses. So if there is an email address, you write the email address of the student, or if there is no email address, you just write a comma and move on to the next field, that is the password for the student account. So you can give whatever password you want like this, and then you can copy this and add as many student accounts that you want in this list. All right. So I'm not going to use this list. I already have a list created. Let me use that. So when I click on upload a file here, it opens up my file explorer and I have the student list here. So let me click on this and open this up. So now you can see this CSV file, the moment it was uploaded, it shows me that the names of the students, the usernames of the student, the emails, and the password of these student accounts. Now you can see that email is provided as optional. So for the second student here, I did not provide an email address. So this is shown as an empty space. Email address is optional for students, but the compulsory fields are names, usernames, and passwords. So once you have added all of these fields, click on invite and you will see that these two new students, their accounts are created and they are already a part of your classroom. All right. So now I have added two students using the upload CSV. Upload CSV lets you add multiple students, lets you create multiple student accounts in one click. Okay. So there is another option to create a student account. Let's say you wanted to add 31 students and you only added 30 students using your CSV file. You missed adding one student. So what you can do is there is this add student feature. Now, when you click on add student, it lets you create a new student account individually, one by one. Okay. So as you can see here also, you have full name. So I'm just going to give it a name, test student 052. Give it a username, test.student.052. I'm going to keep the email options empty and give it a password, this, and then click on create. So this will create a new student account, just one student account. So now you can see I uploaded two students into my classroom using the CSV file, and I added one student using the add student button. Let me show you how a student can join through the classroom code. So first of all, since this is the teacher side, right? Teachers.hatchxr.com is the teacher side of the HatchXR workspace, of the HatchXR dashboard. Students can access their student dashboard by going to this website, kids.hatchxr.com. Once they go to kids.hatchxr.com, they will see a page that looks like this. And here they can click on login, and they can log into their account if they already have an account, or they can click on create an account and they can create their own accounts. So I'm going to first of all show you that the new student accounts that we created are working properly. So you can see that I just created these three new student accounts by the upload CSV and add student feature here. So we know that their usernames are this and their passwords were some fields that I remember. So I'm just going to use this test.student.052 account. Okay. So I'm going to log in to this new student account that I just created. So the username was test.student. So students can log in using their username or their email addresses based on if the email address was provided in the CSV file or not. So I know that the student has the username test.student.052 and has a password, this. Now when I click on login, this will log me in to the student account. And once I'm logged in, it will redirect me to the student dashboard. And now you can see this is the default view of the student dashboard. So students, when they log in, they will be seeing this dashboard. Now, the way this dashboard works is that there are two tabs on the top, dashboard and classrooms. Dashboard is for the HatchXR's community purposes. Here they can see all the projects created by all the HatchXR users, and they can watch tutorials, they can see, interact with the community, they can see some sample projects, and they can also keep track of all the projects that they are building. So now, since this is a very new account that was created, so you can see that there are no projects created by the student right now. So this is an empty screen. But as the student builds more and more projects, all of those projects can be accessed in the My Projects page. And then there's My Courses, My Profile, Leaderboard, some more community interaction features that are present in the student dashboard. So this is the dashboard section. But how can a student access their classrooms here? So the students can access their classrooms in this classroom tab. So let me show you. When I click on this classroom, now I know that the student account that was created because they were added to this classroom called test class 01 with the classroom code LZPZ40. So here you will see that the moment I go to the classrooms tab on the student side, I am already a part of this test class 01 with the classroom ID LZPZ40. And this classroom card is already visible here. And the student can join more classrooms using this join classroom 6-digit code here. So if a student wants to join a new classroom, a teacher can provide them with the 6-digit code of the classroom, and they can type that in here and join the classroom manually. Okay. So here you can see that the student already has the information regarding the classroom, that there are 3 students present in the classroom, what is the active course, class name, and everything. So a student they can click on this view classroom card here and see all of their classroom details. So I'm going to walk you through what a student would be seeing in 5 minutes. Let me just show you the teacher side again. So I'm going back to the teacher side right now. So this is the teacher side, teachers.hatchxr.com. And here, so as you can see, I added 3 teachers. I added 3 students in the student section. So on the student section, as you can see, you can add students, see all the list of all the students present in your classroom. You can remove students using this minus button. You can add students using the classroom code, add student button, or the upload CSV button. Other than this, in case a student forgets their password, a teacher can reset their student account password using this reset option here. So you can click on the reset button, and when you click on the reset button, you can see for this test student 050, a teacher can reset their password by just typing this, and then the teacher can provide this password to that student, and the student will be able to access their account then. Okay, so teachers can view the list of the students, teachers can change their passwords, teachers can view the student account. So when you click on the username here, it will open up that student's profile. All right, and then along with that, since the classroom is meant for teachers to keep track of all the projects that the students are submitting in the classrooms, so teachers can keep track of that using this 0 submissions here. So now you can see that all 3 of these students have 0 submissions in their classroom. So no assignments have been submitted till now. But when they have assignments submitted and you click on this button here, you can see that the list of their project submissions will be visible here. Okay, so this was the students tab. Now let me go to the classroom settings first of all. So there are 4 tabs here: students, project submissions, managed curriculum, and classroom settings. So let me go to the classroom settings right now. When I go to the classroom settings, let me full screen this window. Now classroom settings, here this lets you add more teachers into your classroom. So the reason for building this is that, let's say you are an admin and you have created 10 classrooms and you have added some teachers into your school. Now by default, all those teachers are not part of the classrooms that you create, but you can add them into the classroom that you want them to be a part of. So when I click on add more teachers to the classroom, you can see it gives me the list of all the teachers in my school, and I can select any one of these teachers. Let's say I select teacher 051 and click on add teacher. So you will see that this new teacher is also a part of this classroom now. So this teacher will now be able to view all of their student submission, and if a student forgets the password, teacher will be able to reset both of these teachers will be able to basically view all the students submission, reset their password, and grade their submissions and everything. Okay, so you can add more teachers, you can add more students. And now let me go to the manage curriculum and project submission tab. So let me start with the manage curriculum. So if every classroom has a list of the curriculum that is going to be taught in the classroom. So by default, we have added the default curriculum that we have created. So it contains 8 modules, and every module is basically a bunch of projects that can be taught in a certain amount of time. And every module has a certain aim. So once, as you can see, every module here, there are different modules, and every module has a list of some projects. Every project has a lesson plan, a PDF that can be viewed to see how to teach, what to teach in the project, a starting template link for students to get started with the project, and a final output project to see what the final output of the project would be like, what students will be building by the end of this assignment. All right, so this is provided for every module, list of projects and their lesson plans, their starter template, and the finished project. Now you can see that there is also the option of the teachers can select which of these modules they are currently teaching. So they can select module 2 as active. It means that they are teaching module 2 right now. So students will basically have access to the lesson plan of the module 2. Okay. and teachers can decide which module they are teaching, and they can mark that module as active in the manage curriculum section. Okay, so once you have gone through the managed curriculum, let's go to the project submission. So this is where you will be seeing all the submitted projects by the students. Okay, so here you can see project submission. Now this is only going to show you the project submissions for the module that is currently active. So you can see here in the managed curriculum that module 1 3D fundamentals is marked as active. So when you go to project submissions here, you will see that in the project submissions tab, active course is given as 3D modules, 3D fundamentals, and this module has 5 projects. And you can see the list of all 5 of these projects here. And you can see all 5 of these projects have 0 submissions, and they have a status of not started. So teachers or admins can change the status of any assignment, any project that they are teaching from this page, from the project submissions tab. So let's say a teacher is teaching the first project here, 3D planet or city. So they can click on the status of this and change it to ongoing. So let me show you how this affects the student side of the classroom. So I'm switching back to the student side right now. So I'm back to the student side, and here the student, now you see students, when they are part of any classroom, they can see the curriculum and they can submit projects for the classes that they are part of. So you can see in the coding curriculum here, it shows all the modules of the curriculum, and it shows you which module is currently active. Let me zoom out a bit. Yes. So this tab here, this coding curriculum tab, it shows you which module is currently active. Okay. And you can see for all the other modules, the students will not be able to access the lesson plans or templates till the time that module is marked as active. Okay. So module 1 is currently active. When I open up module 1, you can see even for module 1, though there are 5 projects here, all the 5 projects, lesson plans and templates are not accessible. They are locked. So teachers, the moment a teacher changes the status of a project, of an assignment, from not started to ongoing, that is the time the lesson plan and the starter template will become accessible for the projects, okay, to the students. So since on the teacher side, the teacher just marked 3D planet / city as ongoing, so you can see, and for all the other projects you can see they are not started. So here on the student side, you will see that only the first project is shown as active. You can only click on the view PDF and view template of the first project, and all the other projects are locked. And here in the project submissions tab, you will see a student will be able to submit their assignments for the ongoing module, for the currently active module. So for module 1, there are 5 projects, but a student can see the status here. So you see the status is only ongoing for the first project. So for the first project, and they can click on submit project here and select from the projects that they have created. So this student has not created any projects yet, so it's not, the list is empty. But when a student creates any projects, the project will be visible in this list here, and they can select which project they want to submit. Okay, so submit, when they click on submit project, they can select their project and submit the project on the assignment here. Okay, so right now, since only project 1 is active, only project 1 is ongoing, the student can only submit for the first project. If the teacher goes to the dashboard and marks the second project as ongoing, now on the student side, you can see that the second project's PDF and templates are also visible to the students. And in the project submissions, the student can submit for project 1 and project 2 assignments for both of these. Okay. Now, other than this, let's go back to our teacher dashboard. And here you can see, so the status of any project can be not started, ongoing, or completed. All right. So once a status is changed to ongoing, as I said, the students will be able to view the project templates, the lesson plans, everything. Students will not be able to see the final output though. As you can see in the manage curriculum section, teachers have access to what the finished project should look like for students, but students will not be able to see this. Students will be only able to see the lesson plan and the starter template for them to get started. And they will have to build the final output by themselves. And that's it. That is what they will be submitting here. So whenever a student submits a new project, you can see that in their view submission. So let me give you an example. On the student side, I'm going to publish a project for this student account here. So I'm just going to create a dummy project. So I'm going to just say build a small simple project and publish this. Now you can see this project is published with the test.student.052 account. So in my dashboard, in my classroom, when I click on submit project, you can see now the very first project, this dummy project that I just created, is visible here. Now I can select this dummy project here and click on submit. So I have submitted for the first assignment here. I have submitted a project for the first assignment. So if I go to the teacher dashboard right now and let me refresh the teacher dashboard. Okay, so you can see now the teachers also receive notifications regarding their student submissions. So you can see the notification panel here, and teachers receive notifications for any activity that the students do. So if a student joins the classroom, teachers will receive notification for that. If a student submits an assignment, teachers will receive notifications for that. Okay, so now you can see here in the student list, I can see that test student 052 has one submission. And when you click on this one submission, you can see the project that the student has submitted. You can assign a grade to that student, add some notes if you want, and save it. And the moment you give a grade and add some notes here, students will be able to see it on their side. So here, if I refresh my page and I go to the project submission section, you can see the student's project was marked as score 9 out of 10 and teacher gave a note here. All right. So now what I can do is, I know that this classroom has 3 students, right? Let me go to the project submissions. And here, even in the project submissions, you can see that this 3D Planet City has just one submission, okay? And there are 2 students who have not submitted. Now what I can do is, if a teacher changes the status of a project from ongoing to completed, what this will do is, this will now prevent the other 2 students from submitting. So once a project is marked as completed, the student will be able to still view the lesson plan and the starting template, but they will not be able to submit any more projects for those completed assignments. So here now, for the first project, when I click on view submissions, you can see the teacher can see the details of the project that they wanted the students to build, the project template, and the submitted projects by the students. So it shows here that only 1 out of the 3 students submitted, and you have given a grade to this and added some notes. Status of the project is already completed. So no more students, the remaining 2 students, they will have received a grade of 0 and they will not be able to submit any project for these 2 accounts for this assignment. Okay, so now as you can see, there are 2 different views here. Let me go back to the student side. In the student side, there is this number of submissions by each student. So you can see for every student how many projects they have submitted. And when you click on this number of submissions here, you can see all the projects submitted by a specific student in all of the different modules. Okay. Other than this, let's go back to all students and let me go to the project submission. Here, there is a different view where you can see all the submissions by different students for a specific project. So the first project here has only 1 submission, and if there were other students who had submitted, you can see all the submissions for this specific project by all the students. So there are two different views. The first view in the students panel is regarding all the projects submitted by one student, and second view in the project submission is regarding all the submissions by different students for one project. Okay, and you can grade your students, and you can give notes to the students based on what they have created. All right, so that's for the teacher dashboard. These are the basic activities you can do on the teacher dashboard right now, and along with that, the students can keep track of whatever they are building on the student classroom side. Hope this helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to mail us on hello@hatchxr.com, and we will revert back to you for any query that you might have. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.